The stage for us, we're more interested in life than in how playwrights put life into drama. Normally when somebody on stage says, "I'm gonna die," does not mean that the actor is gonna die, he's gonna perform dying. In our case, it's different. We also asked ourselves, would it be possible if they could play something that's bigger than them, not refer only to who they are in their private lives, but perform a city based on one of the most essential foundations of our democratic society, which means if you ask 100 people, you can create a percentage, and that percentage says something about what the people want.
A 100% city is like a portrait of a city in all its different layers, in all its hidden secrets.
We are the Triangle because we live in 3 different counties.
The initial idea was to do 100% Chapel Hill, but it was clear that Wake and Durham are also the resources for Chapel Hill, as in who works here might not be able to afford to live here. So let's extend the sample so that these people can be together on stage.
I'm a teacher, but I'm also an engineer by training and an environmental scientist, and I'm very interested in data, I'm very interested in statistics, and so the intersection of that with art and of being on stage, I just got my curiosity, for sure.
It was very, very important for me to represent my community.
I like to do soccer.
The Triangle has many cities, a lot of rural areas in between.
I'm a farmer.
So it's especially difficult to say what is the identity of this place.
I brought my hoverboard with me today because it represents my adventurous personality.
If we want folks in the Triangle to come and see this, I would hope that folks in the Triangle aren't like, like that's not where I live.
We started out with the prompt that this is like a game of telephone, the recruiting and casting process. So we invite a person, and that person within 24 hours invites a person, that person invites someone.
I was recruited by my wife, Maria, who's recruited by her studio mate, Stacy. Wasn't doing anything else and sounded like something interesting. So I said, why not?
We realized very quickly the logistical difficulty of literally within 24 hours getting someone to check their schedule, learn about the show, the concept, the time commitment. We found people any way we could.
I'm currently doing my master's program at NC State. So I'm here basically because one of my professors reached out to me.
Many people stay in their bubble, they have their friends, they're all kind of the same. And if you tell them find somebody that is completely different, that's a challenge. But the idea was really that people at least know 2 other people in the cast.
I'm really afraid of audience and everything, but since we are doing it together, it's okay, I can do it now.
This reminds me of a time where I used to babysit 4 of my nieces together.
So I'm really proud of myself now.
We come for the last 2.5 weeks, and then it is a very intense process of working in little groups, of 25. We call them workshops to get the process started.
Because of kind of the random nature or the unplanned nature or semi-planned nature of how this is all coming together, I'm kind of impressed with how the organizers are slowly herding us into something that makes sense.
And then there's this magic moment of 100 people being there for the first time and seeing one another. That's very nice to say, you're in there. Sometimes there are some cross connections. And then after 4 rehearsals, roughly, it's showtime already.
The Triangle at 2 a.m.
The Triangle at 1 p.m.
Thank you for shopping.
It's hard work in a short amount of time, but the energy that the others bring to the production keeps you going.
Who thinks the government knows too much about us?
I'm looking for opportunities to be open to new perspectives, to gain new understandings and meet people where they are.
People on stage are admitting things like racism
That's critical to me for people to have an awareness of that. People are just being really honest, and changes have happened since then. A lot of growth.
We are most happy when there's a question on stage and people really go like, I don't get why you're standing on yes.
I'm no longer sure if it's ethical to have children.
This kind of tension you can feel. And that's interesting for that project, I think, to really find out, okay, can we ask this? Then there are, of course, some that maybe might think it's a bit too much, and others that really appreciate that finally certain topics get into the light.
Even though this is a group of people who are so different, there's more in common than we realize. No matter how much I think I'm alone in things, I'm not. I'm getting the 10,000-foot view on what we really are outside of my own bubbles.
There are others in this area who think like I do, and they don't all actually look like me. I said is a strong possibility that I would never leave the area. Well, now it's a definite that I would never leave this area. I want to stay here for the rest of my life.
I have 100 new friends, and they're all age ranges. It's been a really profound impact on my life of just faith and hope and sensitivity to the human condition.
I am way more proud to be part of this community. We came to Chapel Hill as nomads, seeking a home, a great place to live. And I can see that outside our Chapel Hill bubble, we have a very large, diverse community that we are also part of. Come see this show and understand that outside your bubble, there's a plethora of experiences and people that you might not know, but you will surely find something to learn from.